It's September 5th, 2023, and Nick Bosa still isn't in the 49ers building, although yesterday was the media's first day in the locker room, and we got a little bit of a sense of what the mood of the team is. Sans Nicholas Bosa. We're going to talk about only Nicholas today. Only Nicholas John Bosa. We're going to start there, going to end there. Dad, how you doing? You look phenomenal.
Hey, Iggy, was his locker there? Did he have his stuff in his locker? It said Bosa.
He had mail there. It looked like he hadn't been there in a very long time.
He had mail. It was like an abandoned house.
An abandoned house, but, you know, they kept it. It seems like the housekeepers have been coming by, keeping it clean. It's like they're ready for him. They're not kicking him out, but he's not there.
Did he have a uniform hanging?
Yes.
Did he have shoes?
I didn't see the shoes. You're not supposed to like really look in there, but I couldn't help but notice that there was a lot of like boxes and packages and uniforms. Like he was like they were expecting he was going to be there any minute.
Okay.
Oh, Nick didn't come. Nicholas. Okay, so I was in there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me set you the scene from yesterday. You know how it is. Like they have interviews around people's lockers, like 4 or 5 a day from the team leaders. All the questions are about Nick Bosa. So, are you nervous? Or how do you feel that Nick's... do you think the game plan is going to be a little different if Nick's not here? And some of the players are really patient and professional, and they kind of like take a deep breath and they try their best to say like, you know, that's really not my issue. It's not I just do my job, you know. Other people like Deebo Samuel will just kind of sneer and say, I'm not touching that, which is what he did yesterday. But it's the question that's looming over everything, and everyone's looking around like, is this going to get resolved before week 1? The funniest thing was Drake Jackson's like 22. He's the other D end on the team. And he was walking through the locker room and he started singing. He said, Bosa, come back. You can blame it all on me. And like all the players were laughing like, what the hell is going on? Dad, how do you think the players feel about this debacle?
Okay, I have very definite opinions, Iggy. I want to say first, again, I don't take a side on this. What I look at this fight between Bosa and the team, it's a celebration of greed.
Thank you.
It's
well
a
put.
Celebration of greed.
Yes.
I never was in a position like that, so I don't take a side, but I find it freaking fascinating.
Yes.
So I'm going to give a little lesson to fans right now. Mm-hmm. Every team portrays itself as a happy family. The San Francisco Giants, the Warriors, and the Niners. Okay, happy family. In reality, players hate management. I want to say that again. In reality, players hate management. And I want to tell you why. Players generally feel they're underpaid. Well, who underpays them? Management. Players get traded or get released or waived. Who does it? Management. So they perceive management as the enemy. And that would include Jed York, John Lynch, and almost certainly the coach. The coach may act as if he's not friends with these people. He wants to keep his job. He's not going to keep someone beyond his tenure to make him happy. Bill Walsh didn't. Bill Walsh already would have gotten rid of Kittle, and Kittle is a great player. But he could see the decline, and he would say, get rid of him a year early rather than a year late. So what I think the players
C for
are
two.
feeling. Oh,
C for two.
He got rid of Joe Montana.
Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig did it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I want to say something. George Seifert's a very nice man, and he's an ethical man. Mm-hmm. But it's what you do. So I'm going to
because you're in. It's what's in the best interest of the team. You're the head coach.
Absolutely. Okay. So players hate management. In this case, I would say almost 100%. They're thinking, we hope Nick gets his. We hope he gets his. Iggy, don't you think so?
I would have to say I practically know so, because from their perspective, Nick did everything right. He didn't ask or trade. He didn't complain. He was the defensive player of the year. He's had like 30 sacks the last 2 years. He was the defensive player. Like, he has the best resume. He's the best player on the team. If the front office won't take care of Nick Bosa, then no one's safe. I mean,
that's right.
No one's safe. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're on his side. Now, a longtime viewer, Nandela Kila, asked about Bosa. Does it mean he's not a team player? I don't think they think about it that way, Iggy. They think about we have
It's a business.
It's a business. We have
Yeah.
a short tenure in the league. We got to get what we can get. I'm going to say something else. The only player I can imagine who would be on the side of management would be someone like Juszczyk. And I'll tell you why. I think it's probably his last year on the team. Plus, they've overpaid him for what he does. So he probably feels very good about management.
Right.
He probably is the rare one who doesn't hate management.
True.
And he knows this is his shot. He needs Bosa on the team. But aside from an outlier, again, I'm not there, but aside from what I presume him to be an outlier, I'd say most of the others are absolutely with Bosa.
Yeah, the ones who haven't gotten paid yet, the ones that are looking for their next payday, Brandon Ayuk, I could see that. I don't see them looking at Bosa any differently. I think they know who Nick Bosa is. I think they know what he wants. And I think that they expected the Niners would give it to him. I think, if anything, players in the locker room are starting to wonder about management. Like, what is going on here? I thought we were taking this season seriously. I thought we were talking about the Super Bowl starting fast, and you're really like in a petty game of chicken with our best player. What kind of organization is this? I'm sure, a lot of players in this team are 23, 24. They've only known winning. They've only known good things. And now they're like, what? This is strange, unbecoming of a good team.
I agree. And Iggy, it's not only their locker room, it's every other locker room.
Yes.
This is big news in the league. I mean, people on the Steelers, they're going to play the Steelers in a few days. They're aware that Bosa may not be there. And in the locker room, they're saying, gee, can you believe they're not paying this guy? So they're thinking that in Jacksonville, they're thinking that in Dallas, they're thinking that in Pittsburgh. This is a very bad look for the 49ers organization.
Yeah, and beyond the business of it, the reputation of it, just the morale of the competition. I think the team was sort of in denial all offseason. Like, okay, Bosa's not here, but hey, he doesn't need to be here. He'll show up before week 1, and we're going to kick the Steelers' butts. But that's not happening. And I think the players are looking around the locker room like, we're really going to play this game without him, aren't we? I don't know if we're like emotionally or mentally prepared for that outcome, but that's what's going to happen. I think that's sort of what was happening in the locker room yesterday. Like, hey guys, it's us. We're going to have to do this without Nick. And it almost feels like Nick is betting against us. Like this is his final ploy to get what he wants. Like, hey, they're going to lose without me. I'm the best player in this team. They can't beat the Steelers without me. Like that's a crazy place for this team to be right now.
Iggy, do you think he will play in the Steelers game?
No.
Tell me why.
I don't. I mean, it'd be one thing if he was in Santa Clara, if he'd been out here the whole time and was like not practicing, but here. He's in Florida, I think. So he would have to fly across the country, sign a contract, fly back to Pittsburgh. So that's 2 cross-country flights in less than a week. I don't think it's going to happen. And then he's going to play football? He'd get hurt.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He could fly to Pittsburgh. They could sign papers. If he's in Florida, it's not a long flight to Pittsburgh.
That's true. That's true. But here's the thing. Even if they do that, I feel like he could only play 20, 25, 30 snaps in the game. Otherwise, it's dangerous. Maybe that's enough. Enough.
It's interesting. I'm tempted to bet you, but to tell you the truth, I don't think he's going to play either. I don't. I think it's his ace in the hole.
I think it's his ace in the hole too. And I think if he misses this game, the Niners have a whole lot more to lose than he does. And I think he knows. I think anyone can figure that out.